everyone, it's Lottie from Cancer is a Lifestyle. So, one of the worst side effects that I've ever experienced during my four treatments here, four bouts with cancer, happened to be the loss of hair. I really had a hard time losing my hair. Now, out of the four times that my cancer came back, I've actually lost my hair twice. The other two times, even though they told me I would not lose my hair, I did notice by the time of my sixth or eighth treatment with chemo that there'd be a lot of thinning in my hair, and I would have lost it wasn't as thick as it normally is, and I noticed that it was very thin. So my hair did thin out with the other two. Now, it was really, really traumatic for me to lose my hair. I think it wouldn't have been so bad if that's all it was, just my hair. But you lose your eyebrows, you lose your eyelashes. And I used to have these beautiful, thick, and very long eyelashes. And I realized just how vain I really am when I lost all of it. And suddenly I felt like I looked like a victim, because when you lose your hair, you lose your eyebrows and your lashes, and actually you lose all hair on you, even on your arms, everything, and it just shows so much that I have cancer, and it just that's the signal that people get, is that, oh wow, she's bald, she has no eyebrows, she's got cancer. There's no other reason. So I really, I think we try to act so normal, like, we try to live our life, continue living and doing everything normally, just like, so there's not that much disruption in our life. So the thought of, it's almost like pretending when we lose our hair and all. I felt like everybody knew what I was going through. Everybody knew. I didn't want people to see me as a victim. And I think that had a lot to do with it. And also, it does change your appearance. And I realized just how vain I was when I lost my hair. And that was just really hard. And I would look back on my pictures, and I tried, I think, to do everything to make myself look as presentable as possible. I wore jewelry, earrings. I had all kinds of scarves. People would give me so many scarves, and I tried to do so many, fashion styles. I did not just wear a cap or anything, so I had a hard time. And actually, the first time, I think my sister-in-law shaved my head in the kitchen. Now, I will tell you, there is something about shaving your head that is very emotional. And not just for myself. As I'm watching myself in the mirror, as I'm losing, my hair is falling off, and, she has boys, so she had razors that she would, she had the, where they shaved their heads, the boys, all the time. So when she was shaving me, I remember the look in her eyes and the look in my eyes was identical. It was just as traumatic for her as it was for me. And so the next time my cancer came back, and again I'm losing my hair, I decided that I am just going to take charge of this myself. I am going to let it fall out naturally. Big mistake. Do not wait for it to fall out naturally. When you are diagnosed and you know that the chemo you're on is you're going to lose your hair, cut it short, shave it right away. Don't wait. I waited, and this time I thought, I'm just going to wait because, let it fall naturally. Well, the thing is that when it does come out, it comes out like in clumps. So you're brushing your hair, and suddenly like this big glob is off, and you're looking, you feel like those radiation victims that they show in the movies, and it just hangs there. And when you wake up in the morning, it's all over your pillows, it's all over everything, all over your shoulders. You're like you have dandruff or something. So it's once you start losing, it starts coming down a lot. But this time, I decided I'm going to shave my own head. I am going to take control and power over this, and I am going to do it myself. And actually it was not a big deal. I did it myself. I shaved my head myself, and it was okay. But I still struggle with how I look. Now, I have never really regained the thickness in my lashes, even afterwards. Many times, I don't have these lashes anymore that I had, and you have to do certain tricks, and to you put your eyeliner on and make your eyes look thicker, your lashes. Um, but nowadays there's so many products out there that you can use to give yourself eyebrows. Like my eyebrows really haven't come back real bushy or anything. I don't do nothing to them the whole time. It's been 11 and a half years. I don't trim them or anything. I barely have anything to begin with. And people think that I'm over here trimming and going getting it to beauty shop, but I don't. But there's so many products out there now that you can use that can give you eyebrows or conditioners for your lashes, or you can even use fake lashes now. So I think the next time if that happened, I think I would be more open to buying these products. And I've also thought about a lot, what would I use for my hair when I would go bald? So I think that I really like the 1920 style hats. I really love them. You can go on Etsy and purchase a lot of them, or you can go to garage sales, although I've never really found one in a garage sale. But there's people out there that seem to find these treasures in the garage sales all the time. I never find anything. So, but I think I would go more for the hats and the different styles hats. And I have given away a lot of scarves. And the scarves that I've had, I've actually found that the best ones, if you want to, what is the best scarves? Get yourself the ones that are really like shawls. And this way you can do so many different tricks with them and fashion styles with them. You can go on Pinterest. They have so many different ways, and because the shawls are so long, you can, and make sure it's the thin ones, you can wrap it around your head several times and come up with great designs. I would not wear caps anymore. I had some hats that were kind of like little beanies, and they were not very flattering for me. I have a square head, but going bald, you think that by now it would not affect me after, 4 times with cancer. You think that it would not be such a big deal. But every time it has come back, that is my number one worry. And actually, it's I'm so vain. I never realized I was so vain. But I would always ask, am I going to lose my hair this time? I didn't want to lose the hair. I didn't want to be bald. And I would look at people out there who would shave their heads and walk around freely, God bless you. I wish I was that comfortable with it. So you see, even though people look at me sometimes and they say, oh, you don't look traumatized at all by this. You look like you got it all together. Actually, I don't. There's a lot of issues that I'm still dealing with, and this is what I try to tell people who have cancer. There is no timeline about when to get over things and when to move forward. There's going to be things that you're going to be addressing years down the road because it is just such a traumatic change in your lifestyle. It is just such a traumatic thing to go through. And also, another thing I want to point it out are the people in your family around you. Now, my children have never been able to look at me bald. They just don't want it. My daughter, I think it because one of my sister-in-laws said that when she saw her mom in the hospital once having surgery, she realized just how frail her mom looked. And that's something that she's never experienced before because her mom always was a very strong person in her life, and she appears strong and like she got it all together and you can count on her, and to see her laying there in a weakened state, it was a lot for her to take in. And I wonder if that it was the reason why my children just could not see me bald. They had a hard time with it. I do realize, and I say this again, being bald makes you look like you have cancer. Everybody knows it. You can't fake it. And there's times that we all want to fake it. We want to be accepted, and we don't really want to be, you know, We don't want to be pitied. And there's times that pity is nice and it feels comforting, and we want people to comfort us, and but there's times where we just don't want to be. We want to be strong and we want to move on. And cancer can take, and I think because cancer treatment takes such a big part of your life, it's not something that can be taken care of in a visit for your appendix. I mean, my son has appendix out, and even though he had an abscess and had to go back in and all, but in about a month, he was back to normal health. And cancer is not like that. Cancer takes a very long time. And even when you're done with the treatment, it's a good 6 months or more, depending on what your cancer is. If there's complications or not, it can drag on for over a year and longer. And then there's the long-lasting side effects that you have to deal with. It takes a long time for your body to get back to normal. And yeah, so I'm still struggling with that baldness, and I wish I could be as bold as a lot of these women who go completely outside bald, and some of them have the most beautiful heads. I swear, you just want to love their shapely heads, but no, that's not me. So the sun is getting too bright over here, and I think it's time for me to get going. It is Sunday, and off to church we go. So have a happy Sunday. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Smash that thumbs up button if you like it. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.